operational efficiency, strengthening governance structure, and improving financial service delivery across the industry. Please be assured that this change of name does not affect the bank's legal status, obligations, existing agreements, products and services, or operations. All transactions and commitments previously undertaken under the former name remains valid under the new name. In view of the above, customers and public are kindly advised that with immediate effect, all correspondence, transactions, and references to the bank should bear the new name. Nara Community Bank PLC remains committed to supporting your financial growth and delivering improved services tailored to your needs. We take this opportunity to express our sincere appreciation to our customers, our shareholders, and the general public for their continued trust, loyalty, and support. We look forward to serving you better under our new identity. Shine your eyes when you receive urgent emails or messages about your bank accounts. Yes, a lot of times you'll be there and some messages will be coming to your phone, suggesting they are coming from your bank. We have so many fraudsters and that have created fake websites. These websites look exactly like that of your bank. They have same logos, same designs.
You want me to follow you to the gallows. The road getting dark, I'm very narrow. Yeah, sometimes, but then I trust you.
They may look like that of your bank.
Oh no.
And so you can just get confused.
I don't wanna lose you. I have anything for you. Oh my God, this my baby, make me go mine. Oh my Lord, oh my baby, set me on fire. Oh no, mama, no like ya. Oh my God, no bother, I like you, bye-bye. I could do for you, no matter, they would die. You're full of shit, but I want you like that. I don't wanna miss you.
Before you click, please check the link carefully. Some fake links may appear genuine at first glance but contain slight differences, such as extra letters, missing letters.
Oh my God, it's my baby, make me go mine.
Others may use long, confusing web addresses or shortened links that hide the real website. Never click suspicious links. Instead, quickly visit your bank's official website for information or contact the bank directly using its official phone numbers. Shine your eyes, spot the fraud, stop the fraud. This is brought to you by the Ghana Association of Banks.
First, let me say to you, I cannot wait to see you. What a treasure I've been waiting for.
You can only become someone's treasure
How do you know how much
if that one person can rely on
I
you,
pray for the day when I can finally give
if they can run to you for help and support.
a breath
A lot of people have lost their money,
in my today.
and sometimes when people need it badly,
That's why my heart is a bit like do.
it is nowhere to be found. Not because the one you are running to doesn't want to help you,
Baby, I know
but because they saved it at the wrong place.
like you do.
Your money deserves the safest home.
I go pick up
With the Telecel cash, you are protected every step of the way.
what they
No risks, no worries, no long stories.
see. I may not
Just peace of
do,
mind.
but I give you.
Dial *110#
Oh, baby, oh.
or download the Telecel Play app now for safe, secure transactions.
Tell me,
Telecel Cash,
should you not say
the safer choice.
for you?
Telecel Cash,
My goodness,
Sende Keke.
for you. That's why my heart is a bit like do. Cause now you are true, so my own baby, I sing for you wanna be like do. Baby, now you are go pick up my own baby, only for you it'll be like I sing for you, oh my baby, oh. Do do you feel me? Oh, you feel me? Baby, see me now.
101.1 megahertz with all your hits and more.
First, let me say to you, I cannot wait to see you. What a treasure I've been waiting for. Do you know how much I really need you? I dey pray for the day when I can finally kiss you. You know, say everything I dey pray for you. Oh, in my heart today, it's a permanent place for you. That's why my heart is a bit like do. Cause now you are true, so my own baby, I know. I sing for you, wanna be like do. Baby, now you are go pick up, I am baby, I know.
All right, so rice is one food that a lot of people do not joke with.
See, I may not give the word.
There are people I know that they will eat anything rice, whether it is water,
Oh, baby,
it is balls,
oh, you are
it is jollof,
my oh, do roll
rice with stew,
me,
oil rice. You know, once rice appears in the name,
it's a permanent place.
it doesn't matter which form it takes.
See, the beat like do.
So lele rice has become a staple in many Ghanaian homes due to its quality and great taste.
Be like do.
It's widely available across the country from online supermarkets to local markets.
Only
Recently, Lele partnered with the Ghana Football Association, making Lele the official meal partner for the Ghana Football Association.
do.
This partnership heightens the brand's commitment to supporting local initiatives and providing quality products to the community and the nation as a whole. If you are looking to buy quality long grain perfume rice, ask of Lele Rice. Lele, the official meal partner for the Ghana Football Association.
Wait to see you. What a treasure I've been waiting for.
Lele, tasty food, happy family. This advert is approved by the Food and Drugs Authority.
What the day when I can finally kiss you. You know, pray every day, I pray for you. Oh, in my heart, there's a permanent place for you. That's why my heart is a
You are still live on A1 Radio 101.1 FM.
Cause now you are true, so I am me. No, I sing for you, wanna be like you do.
The Upper East region is seeking to mobilize 8.6 billion Ghana cedis investment through its Pearl initiative.
I may not give the world to you, but I'll give you what I have.
We will be talking to Abdallah of the NDC. He superintends over communication here in the Upper East region.
You know, say every day I pray for you. Oh, in my heart, there's a permanent place for you.
How important is this regional development plan?
Cause now you are true, so I don't me. I sing for you, wanna be like you do. Baby, now you are go big boy, I am me. Only for you, it'll be like.
So the initiative, which is known as Prosperity Through Enterprise, Agriculture, Resilience and Livelihood, Pearl is expected to position the region as a competitive hub for enterprise development, agro-industrialization, trade expansion, investment attraction, and sustainable livelihood. So let me go straight on the phone line to begin the conversation this morning with Mr. Abdallah. Good morning to you, sir, and thank you very much for your time this morning.
Good morning, Umo.
Yes, so the Pearl that the Upper East region is so happy about, because we feel that as a region there has to be a plan, there has to be a direction. We need to be looking at something as we all work collectively. Is it the first of its kind? Is it the first time the region together that will direct its affairs?
Not too sure it is the first of it. Just that it is the first. Have been pushed out to this. Food in the past have been similar workshop, similar. Even though we are that from I see, it is about 70% successful. I must use all the people ahead. It's a good thing. We must know as a region how we develop it. And the minister says it is a bipartisan, organization, or probably a committee that has been put together. They are bringing in experts from both political divides so that the document can stand the test of time, meaning it will not only have its lifespan, exist, but it will stand the chance of in a Bible document. So the way it is being processed, I think it is the best way to go. And I really also admire, as appreciate the people for that distance.
What would you say is the reception so far? You talk about it being bipartisan. You are so deep in politics, and I'm sure you know it's anytime your opponents or people that are equally in politics that do not belong to your party respond to issues. What has been their response? You've, shared platforms with them. Do you see the enthusiasm that everybody wants to be part of this?
Oh yeah, even though I have not been part of the other meetings, but I was part of one of the important meetings that was called last week, and I think from what I gathered, the heads of departments and then the members of the opposing parties are equally enthused with the steps being taken by the Regional Coordinating Council. I'm told members of different political parties serving the various, and their inputs will definitely be acknowledged. It is not going to look like a normal debate. Tell me what you do, tell me what I'll do. And it will then look like, oh, these are MPP ideas, these are NDC. At the end of the day, as we all know, the region itself is fortunately crowded with a lot of developmental potentials. And we have a lot of mineral resources, we have a lot of talents, we have a lot of, structures that can be put into good use. So it is a matter of bringing in people to see whether if, in the near future, there can be an investment. For instance, look, China Mall is in Tamale. Why can't we have another China Mall in Bolga?
We have several of them in Bolga now.
No, so I'm talking about that particular type of mall. When you look at the one we have in the market, it's good. Look at the employment it has created. Look at the burden it has taken off the shoulders of parents and guidance and even students. Normally, when schools reopen and you go there, you see that because they have almost everything and the prices are moderate, people prefer to go there and get all that they need. And the other aspect of it is that it has created employment for people. So when you have big investments like that coming in, and one major thing about we as a region has to do with the availability of land. The availability of land, yes. And I remember quite recently, I was speaking with a friend who was making some suggestions. I consider them to be very important, but I know it might be very difficult for people to understand. You see where the school opposite SNIT, I think it has now been changed to the Bolga Technical, Bolga something Technical Institute.
Yeah.
The one opposite, the one that used to.
The one opposite by the shuttle, where the shuttles park.
Exactly. You see that they have no space to expand. And
I hear they've bought some 40 acres of land at Soin.
I don't know of that.
Yes, that's what I'm hearing.
One investor that came and were having a discussion, I think we drove past the area. And he said, is it a school? I said, no, it's not supposed to. You see, for him, he is of the belief that we should get an investor who will go and develop or build a new school somewhere for them and come and use that piece of land and use it for something more important and more befitting of the location. For one, the school cannot expand. And two, the position or the location of the school, of course, can be used for rather a commercial activity than a school. Because in the evening, you see the students just loitering about.
Yes.
It's not friends.
So
you understand?
Yeah.
So these are business ideas. These are business ideas that I think when truly we get investors who are interested, we will not be far from encouraging and agreeing with traditional rulers to make available land and probably relocate some buildings to make provision for some of these investors to come in. Mineral resources. The region itself is
Before
covered with
you
good-
talk about mineral resources, I think that
Yes.
one of the things that we can also do, as you people are key stakeholders and your voices go far, is to think of taking some of these projects a bit outskirts. You see, we are all crowded at one area.
I agree.
Our road network should also be opened up so that if we have a road passing in front of your house, you can have a cement
Yeah.
store there.
Yeah.
People in your area will not have to struggle to come all the way to. You see, these days we have a number of timber markets around, and it
Exactly.
eased a lot of pressure going to the original
Exactly.
timber market.
Exactly.
So
So I just thinking like I do.
yeah,
And
so we
I
should,
think it's one best way. And all these things were briefly highlighted at the meeting. And that is why the budget of 8.5 billion is there. Part of it is supposed to go into road infrastructure. Part of it goes to social services like schools, like hospitals, and all that. And one major thing they will be looking at is to have a teaching hospital. One major thing they'll be looking at is to have the medical school. But these are things that we as a region must come together to push as a group of people, devoid of who is in government today and who will not be in government or who is not in government today. If we don't stand by what we will agree to do, then we will definitely fail. And I think when this program kickstarts, we expect everybody, because from what I understand, the committee, the regional minister says everybody who matter in this country, more especially from the region, will have to participate. They will have to participate. They have good friends elsewhere. They have good friends all over the world who want to exploit. But unfortunately, they don't sometimes know where to start. They don't know where
so
to
in the
start.
past we've had everyone complaining that one of the reasons why we do not progress as a region is politics. Now, because people feel that when their parties are in power and something is going to happen, and it's against, I mean, if their parties are not in power and something is going to happen, they feel that people will say that it didn't happen during their era. And so they would work towards not getting it happen. And some people also would want it to be attributed to them and all. There's always a back and forth. We usually have tussles here and there. So how are we working? I'm sure he's mentioned that it's a bipartisan, initiative. But of course, in the past, we've had several of such, because building a stadium, I don't think it's political, because a stadium is one thing that serves everyone, and we know the benefits that is associated with it. Building a hospital is not political. Having an airport is not political, but we always have politics showing its face all the time, and everyone is saying that we are not where we are because of politics. Almost everyone talks about it. I don't know if this has been brought to your attention. As a politician, how do you respond to this?
Yes, I think I have also heard those complaints, but to me, I want to believe largely it has to do with lack of commitment from leadership. And for the political opinions, they always come. Ask yourself, how far do you always see these political opinions influence the system? Yes, the airport, with what happened under the MPP with regards to the location of the airport, can be used as an example. But I want to sincerely believe that government itself wasn't committed in building an airport. I'm telling you, the government then was not just committed. And the people in the region, even though location was an issue, became an issue to some people, but I believe it wasn't even. Whether you wanted it to be built in Sirigu or Sumbungu, we just wanted an airport. And they were the government of the day. So whatever they chose, whatever they wanted to do, yes, you could have people resisting it. You could have people come with a different opinion with regards to the location. But if you want to do it, you could have done it. You could have done it. So it boils down to leadership within the region. Leadership within the region. I am being very frank with you. Look, Honorable Kofi Adda, when he was Minister for Aviation, you remember then President Akufo-Addo had a whole ministry in charge of aviation alone, just aircraft, nothing more. That was the time we had an opportunity, or would have had the opportunity of getting our own airport. But there were a lot of undertones, some of which weren't political. Don't let us in any way sometimes want to push everything to the politician. Some of it was tribal. Some of it was tribal. And I think it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Look, for me, this airport is one thing that we must do and do it well. In years past, I believe by then, yes, I was in senior high school those days. I don't know where you were then. But from here to Tamale, the road that we now use 2 to 3 hours, we used to use almost the whole day. Just here to Tamale. Until President Rawlings came and fixed the road for us. As we speak, it is still the same route we are using over 20 years. And the other interesting part is that route has deteriorated. In fact, it has outlived its lifespan. You know, when you construct a route, it comes with a lifespan.
Yeah.
It has outlived its lifespan. And I'm even tempted to believe that if that road was constructed by modern contractors, today's contractors, it wouldn't have even stayed up to 20 years. But when Dawood came and did that road, it remains strong and it's still serving, even though there are a lot of potholes on it. What we are asking for is to have another layer on it, like they did from Ichima to Tamale or Bupe to Tamale. The same road was constructed. But you see that immediately you get to UDS, the Tamale campus, and you are proceeding to Bupe, the road is better. It has been improved on. What happened in the past? A different contractor was gotten, monies were secured. The contractor was supposed to do from Savulgu to Walwale and later extend to Volga. The contractor ran away, $25 million. And people who were in charge were still Northerners. Our own brothers and sisters, people from the region, people outside the region, were the people in charge. So that is why I say it has to do with commitment.
Are we committed this time?
project-
Are we committed this
project-
time to change the narrative? Are we committed? You are in power.
For me, I think so. Because you see, it all depends on how things are approached and how things will have to be done. Look, I'm in power. I'm not ready in any way to shield any contractor, shield any businessman if the person's intentions or actions sought to be undermining the development of this region or compromising the quality of whatever assignment has been given him. Let me give you a clear example. Just this weekend, I think Friday, yes, I was driving to Kusinamogo. There is a contractor they gave the road patching to, you know, from the bus area going. There are a lot of potholes,
Yeah.
especially in Congo town going.
Yeah.
Potholes. So I drove past and realized that what the man was doing was not good quality. Lo and behold, the next day when I drove on that route again, he had left. And then whatever he did started developing potholes less than 24 hours. The patching he claimed he did. So I have a very good friend who is one of the top engineers in the Ghana highways. So I called him in the region and said, my brother, this is what I have noticed. He said he would drive on the route and see. Yesterday, Sunday, believe me, on my way, Sunday, on my way to the same Pusinamogo, the contractor was back on site patching again.
Wow.
If you keep quiet, you'll continue to sort changes. You have to speak out. This one, you are not undermining anybody's business. You are not in any way embarrassing anybody, but you are asking for quality work. Because these rules, whether we like it or not, that is what we have now and that is what we must manage. So I think largely it is also our responsibility. And I listened to the road minister when he said, the people of Wa and the people of Bole, he has seen that people have taken to social media and every day they do a report on the state of the roads they are constructing in their areas. And he has been watching them on social media. Everybody should do the same. Because if the contractor or the businessman sees that you are watching him, I'm telling you, he will do the right thing. So the commitment should not only end with the politicians, but all of us.
Okay.
It is your responsibility. It is my responsibility. It is Moses' responsibility. It is the people who are listening to us this morning. It is our responsibility. And this is not the first time Let me give you another example before you come in.
Okay.
I remember immediately there was power change. You remember under Rex Asanga, they did a very good job. When you get to Dreams FM and you are taking the Doxa Court Road around Zare, linking to the hospital, they did a very wonderful job. But unfortunately, part of the road, especially on the shoulders of the road, the Butimi wasn't rich. So I remember before even handing over was done, I remember clearly the contractor was trying to quicken things in order to get his money. So he had come to do the road marks. And I was driving with a friend to go and eat TZ in Zare. Then we noticed what the contractor was doing. There was some shoddy work somewhere. But you ask Honorable Sanga, he will tell you. I called him. I said, tell your contractor to get back and do the right thing, or else we will not allow him. Quickly, we called some Zare boys who came and stopped the road marking. We asked them to do the correction before they continue, which they all obliged. So if you allow them, they are businessmen. I tell you, we will suffer at the end of the day.
Points well noted. And I'm sure people are listening. Sometimes they really want to complain. They don't even know where to start from. And even whether they'll be listening to. Maybe you are listening to because of who you are. But I think with this appeal in place now, our institutions will open up and allow us the opportunity to come to them and tell them when we see things that are done that in the end would be shortchanging us as Ghanaians. But let me ask you, where do you intend or where do you want to see the Upper East region in the next 5 years? If we're able to put together this document and are able to put in place all the structures and a well-placed direction, how would you be describing the Upper East to people in the next 5 years?
Yes, so whilst we wait for the plan, I sincerely think that we have been lacking behind for years. We have always said that we are the mothers to the Upper East region. We give birth to Upper West region. But when you go to Upper West region today, they have a better road network. Not simply because they have also had the opportunity of having people being appointed as road ministers, from their region. You can talk of Honorable Edward Salia. You can talk of, I think there were about 2 or 3 on both, coming from both governments. It is not just exactly so. When you go to Tamale, Tamale also has a good road network. Okay, it is just recently that Honorable Alassane Suhuyini has been appointed as Deputy Roads Minister. But they have always had good road network, even though they still call for more. Come to the Upper East region. Apart from this main route, my sister, the road from Tamale going to Paka, apart from the Bongo route, apart from the Wenkongo route, the Sandima road we are still battling. The Fumbisi road we are still battling. Apart from the Eastern Corridor road, I'm talking about the one Gavaro is doing, that is Bolga to Boku. The main stretch, it's yourself, even Bolga East. How many kilometers of tar road is there? Nabdam. In the case of Nabdam, none. Not even 1 kilometer. Apart from where the main road passes, there's no 1 kilometer. When you go to Zebla, there's some small portion. And sometimes the shoddy work, that is what I'm saying, they'll come and do it. And I don't know what our mentality is that, for this one, they have to do it to last 3-4 years. They'll do the road within 4 or 5 years, it is zero. Then you go to Binduri, another worse situation. It is Bokuda recently. Yes, they had some few tie roads because there were their advert roads within town. But it is even recently that you are about 13 from addition. You go to Ghana, it is, and I think we begin to fight for ourselves. Point of who people see the region to be an NDC. Yes, it is true because voting tells us all. I am not going, it is not an NDC. We have always won the region presidentially since 1990. Even though the NPP is better, in their own standards. They have always won many of these. To the extent that the last time we even gave them none, we gave them 0. No. They should not fold their arms and say, oh, because NDC is power and the region is NDC, will not bring development. Say that what we heard President Akufo-Addo say when we had the tidal waves in the Volta region shouldn't occur in the minds of other politicians. Sorry for mentioning his name. I'm not sounding political. Yes, I'm only using the statement he made there as an example. When he said that, oh, you people didn't vote for me, even though I'm here and I try to. You see, immediately you even say it. It means that the fact that they didn't vote for you, it is hurting you. As a president, no. You will not have everybody vote for you. You will have everybody love you. It is not possible. That is why there's a contest. So I think that we must develop the region devoid of whose government is in power.
Is the
And when we are
NDC
holding our
developing
leaders
the region?
accountable, when we are holding our leaders accountable, please let us not defend them unnecessarily because it's an NDC leader or an NPP leader. That one there, give me, I won't do it.
Are you satisfied with the rate at which the NDC is developing the region?
What I know and what I have seen happening. Well, since I have not had all that we promised, even developed or being put up, I will not say I am 100% satisfied. No. I think there's a headway.
What have you done so far?
Yeah, so we made a cry for some major monumental projects. A cry. And when you go through our manifesto, I mean, it is black and white. You can't hide. If for nothing at all, we can be judged by what we decided to put in our manifesto. Forget about what I went around with Honorable Adongo, Honorable Ayena, the MPs, and we're going around campaigning and telling some of what we kept in our manifesto.
So what you said, what you said, you didn't mean it.
What I'm saying is that those constituency promises might not have found itself in the manifesto.
Okay, I get you.
You understand?
Yes.
Because you go to a community, they tell you they need a culvert. You say, well, I'll do it for them. That one you can't put it in the manifesto. You go to a community, they say, oh, we don't have a borehole. You say, I'll do it for them. That one you can't find it in the manifesto. I hope you understand.
Yes, I do.
Local manifesto promises. I'm talking about when you go now and you pull down the NDC manifesto, what do you see there? Okay. So let's talk about the airport. It's one major issue. Since we came into government, we have not slept over that airport. It is because of the Bolga airport and then the Sunyani airport and then the upgradement of the Terminal 2 that government had to increase the airport fees so that we can rake in more money and easily construct these airports. And as I speak to you, documentation and everything regarding the airport locally is done. The land is no more in dispute. Cadastral plan, everything. In fact, Ghana Airport Company, we've had their official visit us severally. And what we know of is that the next time, God willing, the president is in the region, as he's going around every region, cutting salt and inspecting projects, he's coming to cut salt for that airport, the construction of that airport to start. You might say, oh, it is over a year, but it has been there for, the number of years. We never got to where we have gotten to. Now it is going to see the day of light. When the 3 stadiums were mentioned in the budget, I wanted to know, they didn't come with specifications. I wanted to know, is Upper East region part of going to enjoy the 3, going to get a share from the 3 stadiums? So I sent a message to the sports minister, Honorable Kofi Adams. And he replied, he said, no, your own will be part of the 2027 budget. Because government will build 3 stadiums every year. And I said, okay, it's a headway. Okay, we spoke about internal rules, and we promised to link every district capital to the regional capital. That is one thing, and link the regional capital to another regional capital and to the national capital. Now, that is why the Bolga, let me say the Navrongo Tumu route is being worked on. The people. It was already on construction by one contractor. Government has added additional contractors and has clearly defined the funding sources. That is why those who have used that road today will tell you that they are already driving on Butumi route. It has become a Butumi route because portions of it have been tarred already. Now, the Navrongo Sandima Kumbisi road, the contractor has been on site. He used to complain of payment. I know not too long ago he got payment. That is why some of the projects just need payment. And we as MMDC and the regional minister, we must make conscious efforts to open up the roads and make sure that those roads that are open up get trains and later get bitumen. So I must comment some of the MMDCs, including that of the Bolga East DC, Honorable Jacob Akayere. Recently, he was opening up some roads in the Garaga BC and some areas, and it was all over in the news. But he said he had to do it because he's bringing development. And that is the Attorney General's constituency. You don't know what the Attorney General has in his sleeves. Probably he's securing some money to come and do some of these roads. So the community had to bear with him, and he's on it. And some of the MMDC, they are equally doing very well in their areas. Recently, the Palgo Tomatoes factory, the people who do tasty tomatoes, there's a brand called Tasty Tomatoes. You are a woman.
I do.
More. Yes. They came down to assess the state of the factory, to look at the possibility of taking over the factory. The DCE and the NP were the people who spearheaded this. And they were here recently. The meat factory was also one major promise, because I remember I was standing by the president as the one emceeing the program. When he spoke to the people of Bolga East and said he is going to make sure that the Zwarumu meat factory is revamped when elected. The good news is that the NP for the area, who is the Attorney General, has used his pocket money to pay a consultant to look at the feasibility studies and look at how possible or how much is needed to revamp the factory. He paid from his money thousands of Ghana cedis, hundreds of thousands of Ghana cedis. That I can tell you on authority, and the document is ready. He says he will have a conversation, the minister, he will have a conversation with the president. This we never saw in the past. These are all commitments. The Bolga Boku Road is something that has been on our head for long. And I've always said that if you get your wife pregnant, you must be there to see to the successful birth of the child. We awarded that road project, even though it was later redesigned and then funding sources and other things were changed. But nobody can take away from the fact that before the NPP came into office, some kilometers of that road had been tarred already. Nobody can take away. Now the road stalled. It stalled under their regime. The finance minister and the MPs and ministers in this area have been talking to the funding source to see how best they can continue to release money to the contractor.
All you've mentioned.
I think they have sealed the deal earlier. And then later the contractor disagreed with portions of the deal. And he's asking for another one, which they are on it. So when they sealed the first deal, the contractor resumed. In fact, it didn't work for long. But I think they had some technical issues with the latest, the deal they have looked at. And then they needed it done in a different way, which I'm told the finance ministry and our MPs are pushing for it to be done. More especially the Attorney General and Honorable Mahama Yanga and all the MPs along the Eastern Corridor are always in the finance ministry to make sure that these things are done. There are some new projects that have been awarded. Just to touch on this before you come in. I am aware of the Tongo town through the Eastern Corridor of Tongo, that is through the mining area, to the Nabdam district. That project has been awarded. It's supposed to be that. It's a 12.5 kilometers of route. It has been awarded to our own brother, a competent contractor, Arako. And he has already moved to site. I think he's doing his pegging and other things to see how he can start the work, with force. I am aware, like I said, Buku Central, some money has been secured. I am also aware that Navrungo Naga Kolgo road, that's stored years back. The MP has followed up. You know that road, right? When you are using the Navasco stretch to Naga Kolgo, I don't know whether if for some time now you have used that stretch. It's stored. The MP made series of follow-ups and the contractor has been paid. The contractor is resuming to site any moment from now. Then we also have the MP for Nabdam, who has also followed up and also managed to activate some road projects that were abandoned. There are 3 major projects within his enclave. And these are all seen as development, even though we continue to ask for more. We are not satisfied. We can't be satisfied. Because we contributed a lot to the success of this, the formation of this government, which you know, and the listeners are very much aware.
Yeah.
We are not satisfied. We will continue to ask for more. We will continue to fight as a region. We'll make sure that the national cake that is there, we also go with our knife. In our case, we are going with a cutlass, not a knife. We want to go and cut a bigger share.
Okay.
And bring to
I was
region
going to ask you if you are
enjoy.
satisfied, but I think, you've gone on to say it already that you are not, and that you call for more to be done. But finally,
I am not saying I am not. I am
Oh,
saying that
you are-
I
you-
am
you-
not only 100% satisfied because the government is young.
okay,
But with what has been done, I am okay.
Yeah.
Looking at 1.5 years and what we
what
have
has been
managed to
done?
do, I am okay.
You're okay. All
Yes,
right.
it is
That is
1.5
not. That is
years,
not to
Umu.
say that. That is not to say that you are not expecting more. That's the point I was trying to make.
No,
Yes,
no,
you
no,
are
no.
still
Umu.
expecting more.
Yeah, exactly. Until we see the 2 factories running, until we see a
Our
plane land in
airport.
Bolga.
Mm,
That's why I said a plane land in Bolga.
yes.
Until we see the stadium built, until we see the road networks, which we continue to push for, can not be 100% satisfied.
Sure. So
I'm saying this based on what is in our manifesto. I hope you understand.
I do.
What we promise, we have to achieve at least 90 to 95%, if not 100%. We have to.
Okay.
But 1.5 years, all the steps that have been taken, we have to start somewhere and get somewhere. I think we have done well.
Mm.
We have done well.
All right.
1.5 years. Foundation is absolutely great. Up in the area of school and hospitals, for cheap compounds, we have left it for the district assemblies to do. Because what we know is that before the 4 years, at the end of the 4 years of President Mohammed's tenure, we should have every district built not less than 8 cheap compounds, 8 school blocks. Within the 4 years, every district should build no less than 8.
And they'll still get money to build the 24-hour market.
Yes, because it all comes from a budget timeline. You know what is happening is that the common fund is released, and then it comes with a formula.
Okay.
They tell you use this percentage for schools, use this percentage for common hospitals, use this percentage for the 24-hour market, use this percentage for furniture, use this percentage for sanitation, use this percentage for legacy projects. So it comes with a formula.
Okay.
President Mahama will not allow them to just take the money and use it the way they want to use it. It comes with a formula. That is why I'm quite sure that we are going to have 8 blocks, 8 school blocks, 8 cheap compounds built, furniture provided, boreholes drilled, and our sanitation being tackled. For that, I am sure.
All right.
Nothing, if not God, nothing can stop us from achieving this. So for those ones, we have left them for the assemblies to handle.
All right.
But you saw recently the Get Farm projects, right? The region had gotten more than 100 Get Farm projects. And these are not small projects. We are talking about an 80-unit classroom block. We are talking about a dormitory block. We are talking about a 12-unit teachers' quarters. We are talking about an assembly hall. We are talking about building a fully fledged senior high school in Siru. That a senior high school must have. From teachers' quarters, the security man's bungalow, to boys' dormitory, to girls' dormitory, to everything you need. Everything. When you go to Simcoe, it's a construction zone.
You're actually revealing a lot of things, and I would want us to further this conversation maybe tomorrow or another time. But before you go, in a minute, what would be your message to the general public? Because sometimes some of the resistances that come in when developmental projects are coming are not usually coming from the politicians or the heads of institutions. It's usually community members. How involved should everyone be, or how are we involving the locals in this agenda that we have, this pearl that we all intend to push to attain its fullest dream?
Yeah, so I think, as you know how the governance is structured, the list within the government structure is the assemblyman. And I'm told when the regional minister engaged the MMDCs, he asked them to also go and engage the assemblyman to be aware of whatever is going on. Availability of land, community resistance is always paramount. They have to be educated. They have to be informed. Okay? And I am of the belief that we need to do a lot of community engagement when it comes to some of these issues, especially where we need to put up structures and cut roots, and we think there will be resistance. They are not asking individuals to come and give 1 cities and 2 cities. No. And if you look at the Upper East region, there's one thing. We seem not to buy into our developmental agenda, but immediately we give it a thought. We want to support. We do it and do it better than other areas. And I'll give you an example. When we wanted to have a dialysis center, I remember the media played a very critical role. Don't know of Kolobu. Don't know of Konfanoche. But I can say without missing words that Upper East, our hospital, our dialysis center, has more dialysis machines than any other teaching hospital in Ghana. Because when we started crying and decided to do it as a region, with even the few resistance and the unwillingness of others to volunteer, we still got a lot of machines. And that is what is keeping the place running. I'm told we have about 15 dialysis machines. 15. I stand to be corrected, but I was told. Which hospital will you go to there and have 15 machines? I should tell you that if we come together to do something, we don't fail. We do it well. And I think when it comes to this developmental plan we want to do, let's all put our hands on deck. Let our chiefs, let the people who are here doing business with us, let all our big men, both in and outside the country, we have big men, we have people who are internationally connected. We want all of them to come home because home is home. Don't come home when you are on retirement or maybe when you are no more. And then you rather bring your cups and you will not see whether the roads are tarred or not. Be sure the roads are tarred before, you come home to enjoy and pass on, because after that, they will all go one day. That one day, there's no doubt. But what will gladden our hearts is to make sure that the right development, the development we have always prayed for, we see it in our regions and in our communities. And I'm happy electricity is no more much of a bigger problem for us, even though there are still some few communities that are left to be hooked on. It's no more a bigger problem, but now we are talking about rules. Because like I said, schools and chip compounds have also been left for the assemblies to handle. Central government main focus and what I think the regional minister is looking at is to look at the road infrastructure. And then we have the teaching hospitals and some of the factories working. We are good to go as a region.
Very well.
Will soon be a shining star once again.
Thank you so much for your time this morning. We've taken majority of your morning, but we are grateful you made time to speak with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, you as well.
All right. So that was Abdallah Salifu, who joined us on the phone line. He is the communication director of the NDC here in the Upper East region. He is still live on A1 Radio 101.1 FM. My name is Humukusu Tahiru, and we'll be back with some extension of the conversation. We are looking at the regional development plan and what it is that we will be achieving from this plan. How are we all supposed to contribute to making this Pearl succeed? Remember, a beautiful Upper East is one that all of us will enjoy. If we have roads that are connecting, sometimes you want to dodge someone, but you can't because you are left with just one road. There's no way you will not pass there. But if there are alternative routes, why not? Sometimes you just want to explore. You want to drive around and see what is happening in your community. The roads will not allow you. So I think that is a beautiful thing that the roads are being opened and it's giving us access to areas that we ordinarily would not be able to drive or ride to or even walk to and all of that. We want to commend the assemblies for the good job done and we want to commend the assembly members too. They are doing very well, assembly members, because sometimes they are with the people. They are the ones that would have to talk to you when the road is passing in front of your house or when it is getting your house, all of that. The MC is the regional minister, is not there. And these assemblymen will have to be as humble as possible to be able to explain to you the importance of having these roads here and there. So we want to commend the assemblymen too for being good facilitators of the opening of the roads. Wherever you are listening to us, we say good morning to you and we entreat you to stay because we have a lot more coming up on the show and you don't have a reason flipping that dial, so just stay tuned. Yeah?
First, let me say to you, I cannot wait to see you. What a treasure I've been waiting for. Do you know how much I really need you? I dey pray for the day when I can finally kiss you. You know, say every day I pray for you. Oh, in my heart there's a permanent place for you. That's why my heart it a beat like do bang, do bang. Cause now you I feel so my baby, I know. I sing for you wanna be like do bang, do bang. Baby now you I go pick up, I am baby, I know. What there we go? See, I may not give the word to you, but I'll give you what I have. Oh, baby, oh, you are my angel, oh. Oh, do you me, oh. Shabby, you know, say every day I pray for you. Oh, in my heart, oh, there's a permanent place for you. That's why my heart it a beat like do bang, do bang. Cause now you are true, so my baby, I know.
All right, you're still live on A1 Radio. Stanbic Bank's Women's Banking Solution. What defines the strength of a woman?
I sing for you, my baby. Oh,
Is it her creativity, her ability to multitask, or her ability to lead? Obesima, the Stanbic Bank's Women's Banking Solution, is designed for every woman in Ghana. Enjoy business incubation, China trade opportunities, and comprehensive financial insurance support. And Stanbic is here to drive your growth. So for every woman out there listening to us, remember that Stanbic got your back. Visit www.stanbicbank.com.gh or call 030-2815-789. Stanbic Obasima. Unlock your strength.
I was feeling so sad because I was all alone. So bad, so bad. And there she go, there she go. She touched my heart and said, "The best in I know to go." Hey, I was so glad. The way she keeps me smiling, it brings me joy.
Step into a hassle-free banking world, yeah? With all the new GCB mobile app, the mobile app has been designed to make you enjoy convenience of banking anywhere, anytime. So the mobile banking apps are very convenient, eh? The GCB mobile app is one that you can trust. Download the new GCB mobile app on the Google Play Store or iOS App Store and experience the ease of managing your finances on a secured, smart, and user-friendly digital platform. Receive real-time alerts to stay informed about your account activities. Join the digital resolution and elevate your banking experience.
Can't you see
With the new CBG mobile app.
you know you're my heart.
For further enquiries, contact us on 030-221-6000. Email us at talktous@cbg.com.gh or visit any of our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and on X. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you.
Nobody else. Make it give me your head.
CBG also presents to you Trade Solutions. Are you an importer or an exporter? Are you looking to improve your global trade experience? We know trade financing comes with its complexities, but at CBG, we believe that doing business should always be hassle-free. With CBG's Trade Solution, your trade financing challenges will be an issue of the past. Take advantage of our trade solutions and expand your international trade transactions whilst building a good credit history. For further enquiry, you may call us on 030-221-6000.
We fell in love on the first date. The first date.
Email us at talktous@cbg.com.gh or visit any of our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and on X.
Always making hits in my convict.
CBG, we stand with you.
Nonsense. Making slow love to my baby girl. Got the big trucks pulling up everywhere. You only live once and that's the anthem. All your negative energy feed cancer.
Imagine going to buy food
We can make love for the
and not being able to eat it
take my hand,
because it doesn't taste as you expected.
baby.
See how difficult it is these days to get money. We are working so hard every day. So if you have to buy delicious and also buy affordable. Are you looking for delicious and affordable meals that hits the spot every time?
Let me see you.
Then think Pizza Man Chicken Man with as low as 49 Ghana cedis. Enjoy a tasty Guy Man pack with chicken and the assorted pack for just 59 cedis. Upgrade to the Play Man pack for only 79 Ghana cedis and the assorted pack for 89 Ghana cedis. And for the real food lovers, go for our mini or maxi buckets, which will be giving you, the quantity that will fill you up. for hot pizzas from hot pizzas to jollof fried rice and juicy chicken. Pizza Man Chicken Man serves good food at affordable prices. Visit us at any of our branches or call us on 030-275-3430 or order on the Crispy app. No food, no payment. Pizza Man Chicken Man. Good food lives here.
It brings me joy. She proves this love in the street. Oh, there's nobody here. Baby, give me your hand. Let me take you away. Mommy, yeah. See the girl I want marry. No time, no delay. After all the things I've been through, I present my love to you. The girl I want marry. The girl I want marry. See the girl I want.
All right, so you're still live on A1 Radio. We are expecting some officers from NADMO. They'll be here to tell us their preparedness.
So you want
the rains have started, and where there's flood, you are sure to see a NADMO officer with his or her reflector.
Can't you see?
We want to find out from them how ready they are.
You know
In the area of education, for me, I think that we shouldn't always wait
love is just love, I don't know.
for the things to happen. I mean, the floods to happen. Shouldn't wait for people to be displaced. Then we run there. What we should be doing is educating people on what to do if you live in a lowland and the rains start. You should have enough and adequate information as to when you have to pack and leave, and also education on how people build, especially when people are building on waterways and all of that. So yeah, we'll be finding out from them what type of education they've been doing, where they've been doing, and how well informed the people are, especially people that live in flood-prone areas. But Moses is in studio, and I just want to cross over to Moses again to ask him, Moses, are you satisfied with the responses we got from Abdullah? He says that they are doing very well as a government. The people of the Upper East region rewarded the NDC with 15 over 15 seats. And so they are expecting to see more development. And he mentioned that they are already doing so much with the Attorney General taking money from his own pocket to get a consultant to give them a report on the current state of the meat factory and what it would take for it to be operational. He talks about the tomato factory where the MCE and the MP were able to bring a manufacturing company called Tasty Tom to come and assess it and see if they can take over and work in partnership with the assemblies and all of that. So I'm sure you listen to everything.
That's very good. I often say that when it comes to development, even with the intention that you want to do this, it's a development that you have started. It's a spark. And that spark definitely, even if you're not able to do it, maybe one day someone will take it up and be able to execute your. So based on what they are doing, we are grateful. That is a spark. We pray that even if they are not able to do it, one day a group of people will take it up. But when it comes to the physical and the actual projects that the youth and the people of the Upper East region are yearning for, I beg to differ. I'm sorry. But we have heard this kind of, we are on the pipeline, things will get better and all that, and we are not seeing anything. So I don't know, but is Abdullah trying to tell us that they are going to be in government for like 8 to 9 to 10 years? No. You get me?
But they will be contesting the next election.
Let me be practical here.
They'll be contesting the next election.
Yes, let me be practical here.
Okay.
So they are in their second year now, and then getting to their third year. And you know, in Ghana or politics, the third year they will start doing their internal election and also preparing themselves towards the final year general elections. And a lot of things will not be. People will be busy. And what even put the NDC in a more peculiar state is that the current president will not be leading them. So meaning they have to come out with someone. And everybody who thinks that, okay, I'm qualified to lead the party, they will be working on trying to see who they can rally to get support and all that. The resources that they could have extended to meet the general public, they may be spending whilst looking at, okay, I have to reserve something so that I can use it for my campaigns and all that. You see that recently there was some kind of noise about the agric ministry and also the finance ministry, where they say some money have been allocated, others say that they haven't received, and that's that kind of tussle. And it's everywhere because people want to sit on things that the other place will suffer a little bit so they know that the person is incompetent, because we are aware that the agric minister is lacing his boot, and we know that people are also prepping the finance minister to also come and all that. So that kind of tussle is there. But let's come to the Upper East region. Abdallah made mention, even where he made a comment that during their campaigns, when they go to constituency level and they made promise, those one may not be reflecting on the what do you call it, their blueprint in terms of development as an NDC and all that. We don't care. What we as people of the Upper East region to see actual development. Let's take the airport as a practical area. So anytime the president comes to the region, they will cut salt. So let's assume that maybe in the next month, the president comes. We are already in the rainy season. If in heavy machines, the contractor will have to wait. When rain stops, then the contractor. So that is next year. That the contractor maybe by January or maybe by December, January, thereabout, the contractor will go in. And next year will be the internal election and whatever. The contractor, no one is monitoring the contractor, and blah, blah, and blah, blah. The contractor will come and do 1 or 2 or 3 and say, I'm waiting for money to be paid so that I can continue. They will pay the money, and that time.
Why you?
No. I want us to be practical, and this thing will play by June, July. I guess they're about the contractor. Oh, they have paid the contractor. We are not entering into the real time campaigns and all that. Definitely, they will find something for the contractor, and the contractor will come back. Oh, the place is muddy. Our heavy machine cannot enter there, and blah blah and blah blah. The contractor will go and sit down again, waiting for the next year, which is the election year. The contractor will come and do. Oh, we are dressing the shoulders. So the rain came and destroyed portion of what we have worked. Yeah. We want to work on this one. Stories, and that ends it. If the NDC wins power again, fine. But if the NDC is not able to win power, we are waiting for another government to come and give us another stories. So the airport, let's just say, I'm not a doom prayer, but let's just say that one is gone. We will not get anything there.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, and it will play. Not that I'm saying it, but that is the practicality of it.
Yeah.
I have lived to understand how politicians play.
Yes. I would be very surprised if they don't work on the airports because I think that even the politicians themselves, they need this airport more. Yes. So they should be pushing. And if this time it doesn't happen, then I'll be very disappointed in all the MPs we have in this region.
No, you see this narration, the scenario that I've just given.
I get you.
It will play.
Yeah.
It will play. Not that maybe, that's why I keep on saying I'm not speculating.
You are speculating. It will play. It's not a fact. We can't say that is exactly what is going to happen. But I get you because in the past, that has always been it. We have projects that we so much are anticipating. It will begin. Then there's a lot of, like you say, let me borrow your word, blah, blah, blah around it.
Yes. And
before you realize, time has gone. So let's see how this one.
And I keep on saying that yes, we will continue to need basic school. We continue to need chips campaign. We continue to need a lot of things, furnitures and all that to solve this. But we have to now begin thinking. In the next 10 years, are we continue to be surviving, or we want to leave legacy projects that young people will be able to do what? To benefit from. These are some of the things that we need to begin talking about as a developing region.
It's the reason why we have a PEL document coming.
Let me now come to the PEL. Okay. Abdallah made mention of how they will win investors to come and invest. Talking about we have malls, China Mall, we have Japan Mall, we have Nigeria Mall, and all that. Right. But as a region or as a developing place to develop, you have to invest in the local economy. You have to be conscious the local industries. Let me give you an example. Last year or so, when we heard about this 24-hour economy, there's a group called Northern Savannah Women. They are a group of women that are in butter and those kind of. not oil, and all that. And they have they projected that within a year, no, they even projected a monthly projection profit where they talk about 9 million Ghana cedis within the municipality. Within the municipality. And what they needed was just the assembly or perhaps the regional minister involved and said, okay, as we are talking about this 24-hour economy, blah, 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 can we use this initiative, this group, to launch it?
Moses, I think you're not getting. It's exactly what they are going to do. Yes, it's exactly what they are going to do.
They pair,
yes.
They pair. Let's not deceive.
Okay.
I'll continue to say, I'm 100% backing whatever they are doing. But the reality is that we can speak grammar, we can write policies, but when it comes to implementation, it is not done. For instance, let's look at the farmers. Recently, we talk about farmers struggling for their produce. As a region, what I would have said, okay, what they are doing, it will actually work is that the region, they should start measures in place, steps in place. Say that, okay,
you see,
these rice farmers that have been crying every year, as a region, we have taken an initiative. All tertiary, senior high schools, the food that the students are consuming, the cereals, we are patrons within our family.
It is not the region that determines that.
That is where you put measures. It's conscious measures. Sometimes some measures are there, they are very difficult. But you have to stand on your ground.
I think that in the past, we've not done well. But going forward with this document and with the kind of picture they've created, I think that if only they work with it.
I like the way you say a picture that they have.
Yes,
created.
If only they work with it, then you see that forum they are going to have, the 3-day forum. What that forum seeks to do. So you see now you are talking about women that are into shea butter product. You see, we export a lot of shea butter in this region.
Yes.
Go to GEPA and they will tell you that we do a lot of export.
Yes.
We have a lot of export happening
and other stuff
in this region.
Yes.
Shea butter, what do you call it? Baskets. A lot of exportation happens in this region every month.
Have we been able to bring them together?
So, but people do not have the resources to produce in large quantity. Sometimes they even get markets, outside, and the quantity of shea butter maybe they want. They don't have the resources to buy that quantity to export. So, what these forums, the Pearl is organizing and all of that seeks to do is to bring the platform. So we have people also in Accra that are into shea butter that probably buy from Northern Ghana, not necessarily the Upper East region. Now, during this forum, such business people will come into the region. Then they meet these small-scale business owners, these medium and
enterprises.
So I'm into shea butter, but I don't have the resources. Okay, so I'm in Accra. I export these quantities. I am going to be buying from you, this madam, and that madam.
In the form of a linkage.
A linkage. So it's just going to give them that platform to network and to meet bigger business partners so that they can then buy from them. Sell. Even within the region, they can now also network. So for instance, you are doing shea butter, but you didn't even know that it can be exported. Or you don't have the means to export it. Another person is in this region that does the exportation. You meet there, then the person says that, okay, I can buy from you or I can take from you. We export. When the money comes, then I pay you back.
Yeah.
So they have beautiful ideas.
I understand.
We're looking at how we can leverage on these mining companies to train more of our locals so that when the mining companies are even living at a point, then we have the resource, the human resource. Now they have the knowledge. These people can now also, outside of the region, work for other companies. Then they can make money, bring back to the region.
So the Pearl, that particular day, 29th to 1st June, there are 2 programs that is happening.
Yeah.
We have the linkage that you have, where importers and exporters, Ghana, they are strongly into that. They are trying to organize a program where they can do the linkage, where people from the southern sector will get to understand other indigenous raw materials that we have here so that they can form that linkage. And there's another program where they will launch the Upper East 10-year development
plan. Yes.
So I'm not talking about the development framework.
Yes.
Where I'm saying that for a development framework, which Abdullah made mention that they are trying to see how they can win investors into the region. And I'm not saying
That's
that.
just an aspect of it.
Yes, I'm not saying
The
that.
development framework, I get
Yes,
you. The
yes.
development framework is not talking about just collaborations.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
What it's talking about
Yeah.
is looking at our economy.
Yes.
So we're looking at infrastructure.
Yes.
We're looking at
Innovation.
our
How to innovate our.
We're looking
this-
at
yes.
our roads.
Yes.
Okay, we are looking at education.
Yes.
Okay,
Mm.
so you have a plan in the next 10 years.
Mhm.
As a region, we intend to build maybe 2 more universities.
Mm.
Or the already existing universities
How
and
can we
technical universities,
expand
how
them?
can we expand them?
Good.
In the area of health, we are looking at building a teaching hospital. Which location are we going to have the teaching hospital? How do we begin liaising with the locals to agree to lease or to leave these lands for the development to take place? In the next 5 years, we want to expand our market. We are looking at opening the region up by creating, other, facilities in other areas. So the banks are not all centered in the Bolgatanga municipality. If a new bank is coming into town and they walk to the RCC and say, okay, we want to establish a new bank, so, the RCC then can suggest to them that we have so many banks centered in the center of town. Maybe go to this area, go to this area. That's what that framework is going to do.
Good. So, and that framework, in every developing region, come out with a look at how you can even, first of all, promote community-led development.
Okay.
Talk about how to support local industry so that if the investor, these are some of the things that people are. How can I make my or this? That's why I'm using the women as an example. Using the airport and the mining companies as an example. Saying that the Ashanti people say, Uncle Grown yet there. We do aside weak policy like or a framework we are trying to judge or to get a better framework. What are we doing? What have we started to say that okay, with this power that we have start,
for me,
then
I would want to disagree with you.
We can move forward.
You see, Moses, that's what they are now starting. Let's wait and see how it all goes.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have. That's why I keep on saying that 100% I back it.
Why they are now
but
starting.
once we are starting, there should be something that we can step on our ground to say that okay, we are doing A, B, C,
like what?
and we are seeing our way forward.
I get you.
Like what? The local farmers, whom are saying that their produce are already rotting, which they are not getting market. As a regional entity, what are we doing that we should be conscious about? Local enterprises, community-led enterprises are at the various districts and regions. They are struggling as a region. What are we doing? So, for instance, Bolka Municipal Assembly, this women group that I'm talking about, what do they need from the government? They just need a platform. A platform to say that, okay, as a municipality, we have backed this, we are partnering with these people, and we will support in terms of the standard authorization and what, and you will also be doing this. We talk about 24-hour economy. Okay, we can provide you with this and that, so that you can be working 24 hours and also be getting employing people at this number of things. That is it. So we say, okay, if you go to the Bolgatanga municipality, this is what they have started. Whilst we are talking about PEARL. So you can even use that one as a case study to say that, okay, we have, even without PEARL, we have been able to do A, B, C, D. Now that we are talking about it, we think if we are able to actually develop the blueprint nicely, we can even scale it to another bigger platform. That is how development talks about. That is the practicality of it.
Yes.
But you come and give us grammar.
I agree. So let's wait for this document to be completed. So that we can now mark them based on what the document says. Because definitely we'll get that document.
Yes, of course.
We'll look for it.
Yes.
And once the document, we will now put the document down and be marking them based on what they say they will do. Okay. So in the past they were not doing, now they are going to do. Is that not it? Now they are going to do. So let's see how it will go.
We pray. We pray.
But not more. They are coming. The rains have started. What type of education should they be doing?
I normally say that when you say people are coming to educate, I disagree with that when it comes to whatever is happening. We are aware of
You think that
whatever is
everybody is aware?
we are aware. It's just that we need to now let them put policy. You get me? Yes. So we are aware of what is happening and all that. So we just need to put policy in place. So NADMO, of course, I think they are under resourced.
So we have Professor Via
Yes.
on the line.
Yeah.
So you hold on for me to go to him. Because when it comes to the region and its development,
Yes.
I want to say that he's one of the people that has the region at.
Yeah.
They've contributed their quota,
Of course.
but was it enough?
Yeah.
What measures did they leave behind for their successors? And with this new initiative, the PEL, the working of putting together a document that will guide us. What does it do for us as a region? He has a lot of insights. So let's hear from you. Good morning to you, Prof, and thank you very much for your time this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. And good morning to all your listeners.
All right, Prof. Do we need a document to guide us as to how or what direction the region should take?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. I think that is what the country should have. And that is actually what the country has in terms of the National Development Planning Commission, because there's the idea that wherever you go, even from your house, there are paths. There's a route to your house, you get down, you take a path to your house. There's always a way to direct you to a particular place. So for me, having a roadmap, a document, a kind of development plan that guides you as to what to do is always important. And that's why we have missed all the time. When we talk of district development plan, regional development plan, all that, we've not taken them seriously. We take them just as a way to for formalizing or making them formal or meeting a certain requirement of the assembly or the region. And so we say according to our development plan or according to our assembly requirement, we are supposed to have 4 meetings a year. And so the DC and the presiding member, everybody is struggling to try and get money so we can have 4 times a year. We are supposed to have a district development plan, and so we want to do it. No, it should be that we want to involve our community, and so we need a certain plan. Even communities, very small community like Zia, where I'm currently you really need what you call a plan. And so for me, you cannot grow in the dark. You have to have something clear that everybody follows. And most of the time, when you come as a minister, regional coordinating director or chief director or district coordinating director or a politician who are just 4 years, sometimes less, it could even be immense, depending on what the president decides, until we have an elective kind of a position. It means that you need to be able to have something that will guide you. And if you see those that are doing well, you can see how it works. And now let me give you good examples. If you can see, for instance, you take China and the US. If you listen to experts like who have very good understanding of foreign policy and others like Professor Sachs, Jeffrey Sachs, or the Columbian University person in the US. He compares, he's an American, American Jew, and he compares what is happening in his country and what's happening in China. China has a really well-planned program. Recently, I think they came out with a 5-year, 15-year kind of plan. And said he was there to see what they do. He said it was expertly done. They decided on it. All the big people that are supposed to be there, all the experts that are supposed to be there, all the material that they needed, the time they need to do it, they did with a certain, precision. And he goes to his own country, the US, and I realized that there's no document like that. It's just being run by a man called Trump that he elected. And so just individual activities. I think for a long time, China, for over 30 years now or more, China has been growing at over 15%. Between 10 and 15%. Recently they went below around 5% last year or so. They went this year. They are now getting around 5 to 6%. That's about between 6 and 5 and 9. But look at the US. It's now been running around percent. And so you can see manufacturing is growing well. China is almost is growing all sectors: AI, manufacturing, technology in general. Just name it. And in terms of their reach, in terms of market across the world, they are much better. So you see, US is not doing well. Even fighting with Iran, they are not able to do because they could not even meet their industrial complex, military industrial complex that produce all the materials. They don't have it. So you can see that they are struggling, even working about 350 million people, with about over 30-something trillion GDP. It's struggling with what you call it, a 94 million country like Iran. That's because if it's China that was fighting Iran would not even there. So it means that I'm saying this to say that there must only be a plan. And why you don't have a guide and so everybody just doing? For instance, we have a manifesto, but every department is manifesto. And I can't see anybody control a manifesto. And so we have to depend on national government planning. And they are making their effort. We are not also, operationalizing it so that every region, every district, every community have it. And so the recent one I listened to, I think the chairman of the National Government Commission, National Plan Commission. I don't know, he was so downcast about how things are. No plan for sanitation, no plan for flooding, plan for transportation, no plan for housing. So everything is just like that. So for me, to think about a plan is important. Unfortunately, there are two problems that we are going to have there. One is because the people around the regional health department, the district assembly, the communities, the various institutions, like education institutions, and private institutions, they are not tuned to this kind of attitude. They are tuned to doing these actions. You do something, you go and build a culvert, and they're clapping hands for you. They take away. You go and build a road, they're clapping hands for you. You go and build one school in somewhere in Zokagan, Burma, they're clapping hands for you. There's no coordination in terms of how many schools do we need. One time when I was in the power, when we were doing the regional development plan, we realized, for instance, that when we did a kind of overview of the schools that were there, we realized that there were some places that there were so many schools, or some category of schools like, say, early childhood schools, or, say, primary school, basic schools in general, or senior high school, more in, say, Nadoli area, more than, say, Wild West. You understand? So, there must be a commitment to say, what do you even need? What do we need all those schools at that time? What kind of party do you need? Well, I went and we started something like the grassroots farming. It wasn't very popular there. Meanwhile, the grassroots, all that, and so we started working. It's because we sat down and planned and thought about it. So for me, having a regional development guide is an absolute. But because these people are not keen, all the people, the various institutions that I've named, the private sector, public sector, and government institutions, they are not keen to that. No matter what you do, they'll just be laughing at you. So when you finish, they go and they forget about it. Number two, because government itself is not pushing for it. So you are doing it as an individual. A minister is interested in pushing it. And so if you are pushing it, government is not interested in it. It doesn't fit in the general government plan. Or even if it fits, there's no kind of support. And sometimes also, the level of consultations, and that, I have just heard that. I got a letter that they will have some lunch somewhere 27th of this month or this next month. I think that was next month or so. I will just come. But I've been doing this in Upper West. I've done all the consultation. I did everything. I'm still doing the sort of that even at this stage on doing consultation to help people. No one has talked to me about it. I've already been invited to come to a meeting. So if you don't do that extensive consultation, you don't get the knowledge that other people have. I know Aftar is there. Aftar was part of the person that I used to try and trap the one in the West. And I was the originator of the thing. So I was Upper East Regional Minister. So if you want to have this idea, Absolutely, I should be there from the scratch because I'm there and I'm academic and that's my work.
Yeah.
And I'm a politician too.
I actually wanted to ask you, to what extent was your document and what has happened to it? Why are we starting all over again?
Absolutely, that's the problem. You know, I think for now, the problem is that's what I just said earlier. The people around, they have no link to it. They are doing it because they are a minister. And so in some cases, they thought that's a good idea. You know, and they think, oh, this is good. This is what's going to happen. It's going to do. If I were there, for instance, now all these ministries would have all been landscaped and done. Because we had a committee that was on that. So people, because people are not, they're just doing because they're a minister. So if they just stand like, for just a few months, I left. It's just gone. Or just about 3 years, I left. It's gone. Because even the minister that came after me wasn't interested in that. Because when I even went to go and let them buy in to come and join, they were thinking, oh, this minister, you don't have to do that. You have to go and get the NGOs to come and help and all that. They are not thinking the planning kind of thinking. So when you do it, and even sometimes when they think you are succeeding, they think that when they come and support it's like they are making you big or something, you know, or that you are failing. So the ministers that came after me, they just didn't care about that. They went again with their party attitude. And so that's the attitude. So if your successors are not interested in it, are not involved in it, are not part of it, and they think that sometimes even they are even
Honorable Prof,
Yeah.
how do we structure this? Said that it is not one that will not be used when the next minister comes. What is supposed to go into it? Because like you said, if the next minister that comes is not interested in it, it is just going to be a document lying somewhere.
It will happen. I mean, we did, for example, it just goes beyond consultation. And I'm happy for us that they are anchoring it to an institution like the Technical University. So if they are the anchor, and they are supposed to be leading it, and the people there, it's possible even to a department and to a faculty, and it becomes part of their program of action, and it becomes part of their calendar, even their academic calendar for a year, then it's likely to have that plan. So I am happy that I'm telling the VTU is part of it. The question is, to what extent are we going to be and talking together so that they own it and take it? That's the first point. So it's a good start that we're starting having an institutional anchor, an institution that owns it, an institution that leads it. You know, so when the minister is not there, VTU is still there. So that's one question. The other thing, to get buy-in, you understand? If government buy-in, and that's a key thing, and to build what they're going to do, our solar energy system, our road system, our airport they are going to do. If all these things are mainstream into the main document, it means that you cannot throw it away when you have come. But if it's done like it's a program that you are now going to get resources and come and do, it wouldn't work because, you see, governments come and they want to achieve some things. And so if your thing is not helping them to achieve those things and get the name and possibly get the next election, they are not going to be interested in it. So the president will probably come and launch it, and that's all about it. It's just a public show. So we must mainstream this into the already existing program that the government is having. So if we are having an anchor like we are having, actually set up and that in Bulgaria there, get institution, get the VC to buy in, get the faculty to buy in, and then they are leading it. That's the first thing, and set up an office that and get people that are going to be directing it, a leadership that directing that work. The next thing is make sure that mainstream our development agenda, including the manifesto of the NDC, and even the other, if there's anti-manifesto that brought other things, mainstream that in. So our road projects, our road programs, what the MP is even planning, what the other districts are planning, all that should mainstream into this particular thing. So it's not like you are development and isolated something that. The other thing is to compare with the consultations. Like I have said, I'm happy I come to a meeting, but that's all about it. So I will definitely come. But when I come, what else can I do? You know, because
can't you contribute?
No, you see, the thing is that in politics, you are not having a minister there before. The guy there is my colleague, a friend, is a brother, my mentee. You understand? But if it doesn't begin to involve you at the beginning, or you don't start at the beginning, you force yourself there, you must be misunderstood. You understand? Because politics is so funny. So we need a much greater consultations and better involvement. If you do that very well, and with these other two things I have done, it will work. Because see, what we're doing in the Upper West, the only thing that we did, which we missed, was linking up with government in particular. Because I was surprised when I was taking up that the President Mahama now, went to the central region and was giving a speech, and he was saying that every region to try and make a development plan. Meanwhile, every month or every week, we were given a report about the development plan. And then it takes me up, then it goes to the next few weeks, it goes to the central region, to talk about every region how it works. So it means that you understand? So it means that we have to ensure that the president understands what we are doing. The president understands that his program is going to do 24-hour development, the 1 million coders, Jumawura, all those are programs we are doing. They are going to be part of this thing we are doing. So the government sees that our development program is delivering to try and complete the project that it has.
All right.
And that to get it elected back. So that is what I think should be done.
All right.
But I think for me, it's absolutely a yes for me, and that I encourage them to continue. As for my consultation, others, we along with it.
Sure. Thank you so much, Professor Avia Nso, for your time this morning. We are grateful, and we'll come back to you as and when it's necessary.
Thank you very much, madam, for having me, and I'm available to you 24 hours.
All right, sir. That was Professor Avia Nso. He's been a regional minister of the Upper East region before, and he also started a regional development plan. There was a document he started. So I was just finding out from him what happened to that document. And he's had very, intriguing thoughts there. We will delve into it tomorrow when we come on the show. But this morning, we are graced with the presence of some NADMO officers. As for NADMO officers, we love them, we cherish them, especially when it starts raining. We love them more. Because when there's disaster, they are the first point of call. They and fire service, they are always there. So this morning, we have Mr. Roxon Ayamba Atamali. He is the NADMO Municipal Director in charge of administration, and we have Mr. Jonathan Adanigna Alataba. Adanigna Alataba. He is the NADMO Municipal Director for Boga. And these two gentlemen are in studio here to help us appreciate the readiness of NADMO. And like I was saying earlier on before they entered, that we do not pray for disaster. We do not want it to happen. We want to educate people to be aware of what it is they need to do as the rains have started. Good morning to you. And thank you for coming. You are late. Or you are not.
Morning. To you and your late.
Anyway, so the rains have started. Are you happy about it? Are you happy about the rains? Let me start with you.
When you say, okay, let me say good morning to our cherished listeners and good morning to your good selves. When you say the rains have started, are we happy?
The weather has changed,
yes.
Farming has begun, a lot is happening.
I will say we are happy. Yeah, because we need rains, especially during the farming, seasons. We need rains to, do our usual farming. But what we are not happy, or what we will not be happy is excessive or over raining to destroy our let's say our crops and our property. So rain is good, but over raining is something that we think everybody will not like. So for rain in question, it's not bad. But when it is too much, then causes disaster. That is where
when it starts raining, your fingers are always crossed. You're praying that there shouldn't be any disaster anywhere.
Allah. That is what we pray for.
All right, let me come to you, Mr. Adanigna. You are the municipal director. How- I usually don't like to say how ready is NADMO. When you say that, it's like you are expecting, something to happen. But definitely, once we are in this season and we know that almost every year there's usually an instance or one, or more somewhere that we need your hands. How ready and prepared is NADMO?
Well, first of all, let me say good morning. Latest PME. Let me also say half of Admo who are currently into the region. Well, when you talk about NADMO readiness is a collective that lies. NADMO work does not start only when it is from the rainy season. NADMO keeps. When you look at the dry, there is a lot of fire burn, arms and doors.
Fires.
Then again, when the rain started, got to get a signal. Heavy. Back on exercise. What Ghana National Fire Service train 40 disaster volunteer groups are good women. First, game and come when there is an emergency. NADMO. This is one of the reasons. Then again, we embarked on community sense. Engage communities, how they will prepare themselves for this rain that is coming, not to call. So we've done domestic fires and that regards how to trim a tree, it is compound or by house. In that case, when the wind comes, and pull it. Stay. We have also went ahead, also sensitize them on the use of electrical appliances, both in the so that everybody can emergency do. And again, now that we are here with you, that also tells us how yes we are. So if you say we are ready, we are ready. But as you mentioned, we are not all that ready, just like Almighty. But as we are speaking, believe that people who take what we are saying into consideration, mitigate the issue, and then when it happens, the effect will be.
And leveraging on the word minimal, how would you describe the rate of our disaster in the region? You see elsewhere, and somebody was telling me the last time that she's not sure fire officers in Accra sleep because almost every day they are out there. There's a fire here, fire there. There's a lot of flood happening with a lot of people being displaced. What would you say is the state of our disaster? We describe it as an alarming one.
I think when it comes to this our region, or let's take Bolga Municipal, for instance, I think we are fortunate. We are fortunate because it's like when you look at our structures, they are not congested like the way Accra is. So anytime it rains, it's like the water has free rules to move. Likewise, what do you call it? Accra. You see that Accra is congested and people have built on waterways. So anytime there's downpour, then you see that the whole place is flooded. But look at our side here. We are very fortunate when it happens. The water has what do you call it? Free rule to move about, and we have been sensitizing people, like the director said, on how we should not throw rubbish and other garbages into what do you call it? Our gutters, to prevent water from what do you call it? Flowing. So in North Shell, I think that here we are fortunate
Mm.
that we have not built on waterways and our gardens
Yet.
are not choked.
We have
and
not
we are
built
not
on waterways
yeah,
yet.
yet. Yes, that is why we
Mhm.
keep on sensitizing the people.
Mm.
That is why it is good when you are going to build, at least you should go to the appropriate, what do you call it, authorities,
Yeah.
so that they will, guide you as
Document.
to what you should do.
Okay.
You do not just go out because it is your land
Mm.
or you think it is your property. For that matter, you can just put anything on the land. No, at least you must go to the appropriate authorities to advise you as to what you call it you should do.
Okay.
So in nutshell, I think here we are fortunate, and we think that as continued education, people will not build on waterways for us to realize what Accra is realizing.
Exactly what is your role as NADMO? What's your job description? Which areas do
NADMO, when you hear NADMO, because of the design part of when I entered, if still doing. If we live here, and I notice something, the probability of causing disaster, tell me. Then you look into it and practicalize it. That is the work. But when you look at the core funds that everybody know, we are doing prevention. We are doing foreign that victim. And it is the prevention aspect that they emphasize. Because once we are preventing, the rest will. That is why not more over the years, especially in Bolga Municipal, we have done a lot of so that people understand what disaster is. People have to sacrifice for future because of disaster. Nadmon Bolga Municipal have an officer in every electoral area. Where there's assemblyman, there's one Nadmon officer who ensures that every day they move to youth groups, move to women groups, especially the Adaka group, when they do their service and sharing at the end. Move to them during their meetings, move to schools, do a lot of sensitization. And we talk about
is
it.
that on paper or is happening?
It's happening. We're during for the rainy season.
Okay.
We worked with the Ghana Health Service, and we were in the communities talking about CSM and other related diseases, as well as domestic for schools. Maybe one of our team, you will have to invite you.
Yes, because
and sometimes we like the collaboration, but
Yes.
sometimes when our motors cannot carry you, you see they take a beautiful woman at the
why
back and the
not?
camera will fall. So it will be
The
a
camera
challenge.
will not fall.
So we'll have to
The
invite
camera, I will
you.
hold it well.
Yes, so we'll engage you in some of these
Yes.
community where you
Because
see.
I mean, I'm not disputing that you do, but I'm yet to see it even once.
Yes, we have pictorial and we have, as we said, I have pictorial evidence that I can
Yes, I'm
show
not
to you.
saying yes.
We have documentations
yeah.
in our
To show that.
yes, to show we are doing.
Yes. So, and I think that that's a beautiful and a good thing to do. Because like we say, if you're able to get the people, prevent it from happening, then it saves you even the stress of going to rest. Right? I can use swim.
Sure.
So imagine that prevents it. If not, there's this thing and Mr. Tamale is supposed to go and swim and rescue someone, he will get tired. He will enter there, he cannot swim. So
there are people who do that.
That's
Yes.
why I say we have people that we have.
I know
trained
that
to do
was just by the way.
Right.
So, but I like the bit about school. I mean,
Yes,
schools,
schools
going to
engagement.
schools and engaging them
Yes.
because they are really shaping the communities and all of that. If they have, because they are always almost out, the parents are always in there. So if they know that throwing rubbish indiscriminately is not good, and they are able to prevent that, it saves us this littering and having filth all around and our gutters. But the choked gutters, has that been brought to your attention? We have so many choked gutters. What role do you play in that regard?
Yeah.
I'm sure you collaborate with the assembly.
Yeah.
Have you told them?
over the year?
Okay.
This ex
Mm.
he worked with our government month mentally composed, which is facilitated like this, where every first week of a month. This is also an education. I hope you are aware of this exercise.
Oh yes, I am.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I don't see you.
Oh, I
But
clean.
I'm not
Me,
putting
me,
it to you because some of
me,
your staff are always
me, I clean around my house.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
When I hear that you finished, then I also end my
Yeah,
own.
when we next time we'll appreciate it if you join us
I will.
with your A1 t-shirts. You know, your
Mm.
shirt looks beautiful.
Yes.
It tells who you are.
Yes.
So we'll appreciate if you join us in the
Mm.
cleanup. But honestly speaking, talking about the choke garden,
Yeah.
we are appealing to everybody. Do not dump rubbish in the gutters. If you think water will carry your own to a different person's house, be sure that another person's house,
It's coming.
rubbish will come to you. So let us desist that. We are appealing to the market women, top bar operators. I'm talking about the restaurants,
Mm.
those who trade along the gutters, the beer bar operators, and to the beer bar operators, please. They usually burn their sake drinks, the empty sake drinks,
Mm.
the striker and the cool, just by their shops. Some of them they don't even wait to see that it is finally collapsed before they go. That is double disaster. Wind can pick it to another person. Wind can pick it to someone's. They should avoid burning it. They should dig a hole and burn the rubbish there. Shouldn't burn them and leave them open and go. You know, sometimes these people they close around 12:30, 11:30, and there no one is there to monitor or stop. It is about attitude. So we have to develop a can-do attitude of rescuing ourselves from the choked gutters we are in. We are also appealing to Amaria and Amina, who is also still watching. They should stop pouring the wastewater into the gutters because it also leads to choking. We're also appealing to those who walk and just see any ordinary stone, any block, and they throw it, they push it on into the gutter, goes away.
Mm.
That object, when it is lying inside the gutter, it is it creates accommodates rubbish and debris that are coming, and they finally choked up. These are all this is not anything. It's about our attitude. So let us develop the habit of when you finish drinking your sachet, just put it in your pocket. When you get to where you are supposed to you dispose it there. But don't let me put my rubber in my pocket and you are still throwing your rubber down. That will not solve the problem. So it's about all.
Do we have structured punishment for people who throw indiscriminately? If we do, are they enforced? Don't you think that because people get away with these actions, that's why they keep repeating them?
Before I will go on to that, let me add to what director said. He said we have zonal, what do you call it,
Officers.
coordinators in the various, what do you call it, electoral areas.
Mm.
And if you want to know whether these people are really working, when you go to the communities, you find out from the assemblyman or the community leaders.
Okay.
They will testify that really these people are on the ground. And they are always, they report to office on Mondays and Fridays, but the rest of the days, they are in their various zones to make sure that we have disaster, what do you call it, free. So that is the work of the, what do you call it, zonal coordinator. Like you said, do we have punishment for people who, let me say, indiscriminately, throw rubbish anyhow? I think the laws are there, you understand, but it's like, excuse me to say, we are reluctant. The appropriate authorities who are supposed to do this, what do you call it, punishment, are reluctant. I remember when we were kids, those days, when you hear Sama Sama, you know what it means. When they say the Sama Sama people are coming, or when they say tomorrow is National, like your mama has given national, what do you call it, a day for this clean up exercise. Before you get up in the morning by 7 o'clock, everywhere is clean. When they come to your house and inspect and they see that In fact, your house is not clean. They give you sanctions. The sanitary inspectors, they will call them sama. But it's like the laws are relaxed. The appropriate authorities who are supposed to do this punishment are not doing enough. You understand? And punishment is not being meted to people who flout, these laws. That is why I think that we have some of these problems. And at least we have to sit up with the municipal assembly, especially the municipal chief executive, so that those who are supposed to do this, inspections, do it. And when people are found culpable, they should be punished to deter others from doing this, this exercise.
Which institutions are your key stakeholders and how collaborative have they been?
The local, almost every when it comes to to work with Ghana Health, just like when there is an outbreak, work with the balance, work closely with Ghana Fire. That is why previously just ended trading. They were there to give just to understand fire safety. Then we also work with environment. We work with highways. Sometimes you hear that tree has fallen and they are calling NADMO. Once you call NADMO, we then know who to call. That is how we call. Work with Ghana Police. Work with Ghana in here in the ministry. So because of the nature of NADMO work, we collaborate with all the government agencies.
Have you had support? Like, has the collaboration been good? Or there are times that you are faced with some resistance when you call on some of these?
No, actually, the collaboration has been. When we fall on the Ghana Fire Service, DVG's training, they didn't hesitate. They were there in the delay. When we call on Ghana Health Service, to allocate staff, help us move from school. Whilst we do the aspect of the fire and they too will do that. They were there. Whenever we have a program where our hands are tied, then we need the support from them. So when you look at our parents sensitization, this program from the World Bank, that is Ghana Secondary City, through the assembly, they are the people who are.
Very well. Let me come to you. Somebody is listening to us this morning. At what point can somebody call? Do they just pick a phone and call you any day, anytime? When do you call on NADMO?
You mean?
I mean, when do you call on NADMO? Do you just call on NADMO and say, where I'm sitting in the market, there's some rubbish, NADMO, come and help me? Or you call on NADMO, or you call on NADMO when you are in, when there's fire, when there's flood, at what point can somebody pick a phone and say, I'm calling on NADMO? And do they have that access to you, like they call the fire service and all of that?
It varies. NADMO can be called when there is disaster. You understand?
Okay.
NADMO can be called when you see that there's a structure that you think it is posing danger. NADMO can be called. There are so many ways NADMO can be called when it comes to disaster, issues, even accident on the road. We can be called. You understand? There are various ways NADMO can do. Accident, when you see that this building is posing danger, you can be called. When you see that there's, excuse me to say, a tree or something that you think that with the nature of this thing, it can cause disaster. You can call on NADMO.
Do you have a phone number like the police does and the fire service?
Yes.
Yes, we have a
we
phone
have
number.
a phone number just for you to see that board.
Yeah.
And call,
Okay.
just text on to you. It's an
Okay.
AI tool.
Okay.
If you call it, will also
So can we
respond to
put
you
it
and
out
direct
there?
you. And that is 020-48.
Let me save it. I'll be
3556.
calling you soon.
Now, let me also put it on record that this call, when you initiate the process,
Okay.
goes to the national protest.
The challenge you've always had.
Yes. So because of that, our phone numbers are everywhere.
Yeah.
Because of that, our zonal officers are everywhere. So if you can't contact us directly, contact the zonal officer who is living in the same community. And let me add that they are not only zonal officers in the communities.
Mm.
In the market, we have a zonal officer for
Yeah.
the market. In the lorry station, the main lorry station, there's
Okay.
a zonal officer in charge of that lorry station. In the butcher house, there is a zonal officer in charge of. So the zonal officers are
A lot of departments complain about staff, but I think you don't have staffing issues from the
No.
from the names, the areas and the names you are mentioning. I can tell
yes.
that you have.
What happened is that
Mm.
when this administration takes over, we have third zonal officer. So because of that, President and NADMO is an area that joke with it. Doesn't joke with it. So we don't have staffing. That is why we are able to have zonal officer in all these areas that I've mentioned. And they are not, one person is not sharing 2 elections. If you put it simple, one assemblyman, one NADMO officer. Very simple. One station, one as
And the same for all the districts.
yes, I speak for Balkan Municipal.
No, I'm asking. I mean, you should
It's
have
supposed to be, yeah.
Oh, it's supposed to be same
Yeah.
for all the districts.
So once again, let me put the number. You say you wanted to take it. I know there are others who also
Yes,
wants
yes.
to take the number.
Yes, please go ahead.
It is 020
Mm.
483 355. 020 483 355. So it is also a WhatsApp number. Anytime you call, because it is AI embedded, anytime you call or you text, there will be a response.
All right. So we have to end it now, but before we do, I would allow you a minute each to wrap up. So let me start with you.
What I want to also add is that I want the public to understand that NADMO is now moving from what do you call it? Giving logistics to what do you call it? Sensitization. You know, when they mention NADMO, what comes in the minds of people is that when they come, they have to give you what do you call it? They have to give you mattresses, they have to give you rice, they have to give
And
you
oil.
oil and other things.
Mm.
So anytime there is disaster and zonal officers goes to what do you call it? Do their work. The people will be asking, Timaka won't say, Karawa Gola, you will be
Mulana Gawana.
Mulana Kawana, Katla be Mulala Nankawana. You know, it used to happen previously.
Okay.
But now we're moving from giving materials to people to sensitization.
Okay.
What we are now doing is that we think that it is good we sensitize the people, you understand, so that we can prevent it rather than allowing it to happen. And what do you call it? They comes to give you rice and what do you call it, buckets and cups, bedsheets or blankets. The question is even that if they are going to give you rice, how many bags of rice do you think they can give to you that will take care of you? You understand? So the people should understand that this time around, we are going around sensitizing the people. They say prevention is better than cure. You understand? We have to prevent it rather than letting it to happen. And you are now finding what do you call it, solutions. So when our zonal officers come, they should bear with them that this time around, it is not like those days they used to share rice and other things. And even if there are rice and other things, it should be given to the vulnerable people. When disaster happen, you look at people who are what? Vulnerable. People who cannot, let's take it as a disaster and the whole, at least, house is collapsed. At least there should be some kind of first aid, mattresses, some buckets so that you can drink water, then other things, blankets. You understand? You don't expect that maybe your luggages, your luggage, TV, televisions, tips, whatever, that will come and replace it for you. No, this time around, we are sensitizing. We
All
are
right.
educating the people. They should, we are entering into the rainy season. They should be alert. They should be alert. They should stop building on what do you call it?
Waterways.
Waste. And we should stop putting containers unnecessarily because you think it is your place. Just have to go and dump what do you call it? A container on a waterway. And when the water comes and it has no place to pass, then it will start what do you call it? Causing disaster. Then you now be calling NADMO to come and what do you call it? Help.
To
So
come and bring rice and
come
oil.
and bring rice and oil. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you very much to
All right.
our listeners
All right.
and your good self.
Mm.
We hope next time you give us an opportunity again
Yeah.
to come and sensitize and educate the people to the working of what do you call it?
You are taking
NADMO.
director's time.
I'm not taking the rest of it. So thank you very much.
All right.
May the
So,
good
director,
God
I
bless
mean,
you.
we have to go now. So, in a minute,
Yes.
please.
So what I will say, avoid building
Okay.
wetlands by nature, supposed to accommodate. Imagine this. You occupy the wet, cannot accommodate. That is how. Then again, I want to urge everybody, if you are living in your house, get a copy once a while. We often see people who put blocks on top of it so that when wind comes, can push it down. Those blocks are not safe. Even some of them have fallen on children who are just playing. So let us avoid. If it is a wood that is rotten, it is about nail, get a carpenter, let him come and fix it. Please regularly visit and inspect your electrical cables. Home. Let everybody get electrician to check. Please, women and women concentrate on TikTok whilst leaving their food there. Also avoid on that because that is a disease. Please, we have seen a lot of cases on people who also are on before they leave. They make sure that they unplug it before they leave. Please, if you are also at your work site, how your work organization is stationed, let's ensure that there is. Let us not trap our. If not, beautifully created office. Let us all. Please, if you are also living, we know the trees is what prevent wind when it is coming heavily. Fence it, it also gives us shade. But when you see the branches are reaching your house, get someone to trim it down so that the fall of a branch. All this is when we do help use, minimize disaster. But you have seen that in Volga Municipal, through the dry season,
We have
you
to.
haven't had disaster issues because of how NADMO was leased on.
Yeah.
So
We-
it doesn't mean that we don't work on dry season.
All
we
right.
work dry
You do.
and we do work. this
Okay.
season as well.
On this note, we want to thank everyone that made time to listen. Thank you so much for coming. That made time to listen to today's edition of Daybreak Upper East on A1 Radio 101.1 FM. My name remains Humu Kusum Tahiru.
You're my princess.
Yes, so I want to thank all of you, and for myself and the entire team, Bra Kalala, Moses Abapia, Nelson, we want to say thank you to all of you, and to the officers from NADMO, the NADMO Municipal Director, Jonathan Adanina Alataba, and Roxanne Ayamga Atamale. We are grateful you made time to come. Have a blessed day and enjoy the rest of our programs. It's a bye from me and a bye from the.
The girl I want marry, the girl I want carry, the girl I want marry. Mama, let me see. Mama, let me see. Daddy, let me see. Mama, let me see you. Let me see you. Hey.
We fell in love on the first date. The first date. A beautiful girl gonna make the earth shake. I look into the mirror, all I do is stare. In the back of my mind, all I see is her. Turn up the music, we bumpin' P-Square. Number one in the game, and we gon' be here. Always making hits of my convict. You talking money or you talking nonsense? Making slow love to my baby girl. Got the big trucks pulling up everywhere. You only live once and that's the anthem. All your negative energy feed cancer. So I ask for my whole life. We can make love for the whole night. Take my hand, baby. Rose, I just wanna be a man, baby.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Mama, baby, she's my beautiful Onyinye. Yeah, oh yeah, let me see. Mama, let me see. Daddy, let me see you. Big star, let me see. Let me see. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Mama, yeah, yeah.
First, let me say to you, I cannot wait to see you. What a treasure I've been waiting for. Do you know how much I really need you? I dey pray for the day when I can finally kiss you. You know, say everything I pray for you. Oh, in my heart today's a permanent place for you. That's why my heart it a beat like do do do. Cause now you are true, so I am baby, I know. I sing for you wanna be like do do. Baby, now you are go pick up, I am baby, I know. What there we go. See, I may not give the world to you, but I'll give you what I have. Oh, baby, oh, you are my angel, oh. Oh, do you believe me, oh. Shabby, you know, say every day I pray for you. Oh, in my heart, oh, there's a permanent place for you. That's why my heart it a beat like do do. Cause now you are true, so I am baby, I know. I sing for you wanna be like do. Baby, now you are go pick up, I am baby, I know. Only for you wanna be like you can, oh. I sing for you, my baby, oh. Do I am very, oh, you carry, oh.
A1 Radio.
It's red hot. Loving music. My station. Music for all people.
101.1 FM. A1 Radio. Beat them all.
We We are young entrepreneurs. We're vibrant and we make the trends. When we run sales promos, it literally sells out because we know what's hot and what's not. So when it comes to business, let's show you how we clock it with Telecel Boss Plan.
Telecel Boss Plan is here for young entrepreneurs, CEOs, and bosses like you. Whether you're building your hustle or running the whole show, Telecel Boss Plan gives you everything you need to stay on top. Digital marketing tool for your SMS campaigns, data for days, and all the vibes to keep your business tight. Simply dial *5959# or *700# to choose your Telecel Boss Plan package and grow your business like a boss.
Telecel, connecting energies.
ma kirhin yo nerba ya ma yikin biya ta adara makata biya ba wata nya tin pala be nya katibko
atan porble yan kun balabo
basa da waza an kagiri nsaka boban gawan kul wo kuntan bil ngambo billa ya yel won sanye ko sigisiya drangon bala
hunka won Amen Scientific Herbal Hospital yele Amen Scientific Herbal Hospital mbot mané sabka tingande West Africa wa babola ti piere sunu pala batib kun an shunga sente nerbo tapun ko toroba yele bare sabal ko tibra nula nar baala batibra sikri baame tibra la opulngo or la ju baame ay bama tibka katibku boba batibra la shorngo ba gepun ko tibra hunde poka be buragiti don yel pun ko waro ho ju yo man wana bare sama kin pun ko tibra fika ba wana tila ko bahra wana to bise batar magazine to yira NLS ya tiba han ko dik magazine wo vilo inga za ba ka ge ka pun ko la bazin da kan yaka EPM la CB mikel pun ko da magazine ma sharba tarapun ko pa abate ko me po batit la jan pun ko tarabola Food and Drugs Authority de sabanya pun ko tun gon per ka bo tiba tibra banse jo tipilo pun ko paba da po tun nongo ko ka jan la Jubilee Park la babola jumla yon dema office la ndan bon zia yito wala pola o ya hamba da to matangal mi boba
0243 141518 050 51 00 690.
Amen Scientific Herbal Hospital. Basakira bola ye.
Yawa! So kam yela wonne to dipini. Ongalicious abin wa promo mapuni. Na pag million de banai. Dinin 4 million Ghana cedis. Kana to di promo ngopuni. We pum la ongalicious promo parmache. Takar paradin yo onga onga powder promo sachets. De bum pichika yambo. Onga shrimp tablets. Takar kuma pishi. Hamele onga shitwar shanga be ye afong lala. Antetaba. Kadega a scratch card. Yama scratch card ngo. And ye a number nama. Dallas star 713*27#. Kati pingandele. Anto di larpago 200,000 Ghana cedis. La kura la billion de bayimbala. Anto di freezer nama. Tivo parse. The kitchen appliances Bible comes as a promo wapuni. Promo wapian la same wala April bia piena no tinaga July bia piena no. Dozo zom today garden. And temanazal panam pamolongoso. FDA nam zambanu pa kwa mamolongoso.
Hello, good afternoon. I am calling from your bank. We are currently experiencing a system downtime, so we need to secure your account. Please, can you confirm your account number and your login details so we can restore access immediately? Yes, your username and password, just to verify.
Beware of fraudsters. Your bank will never ask for your login details, PIN, or password over the phone. Shine your eye. Spot the fraud. Stop the fraud. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Association of Banks.
If you spot the fraud, you go fit to stop the fraud. Make you know they lose God.
ThyssenGolf Ghana Limited, distributors of insecticides such as Golon, which is now called Hercules, Protect, now Tautec, Mectin, now Mensa, this Pariforce Plus, and this Lambda Plus kills all insects in all stages in your farm: vegetables, grains, cereals, cocoa, and coffee. They also have fertilizers like Tecamin, flour, that improves flowering, better fruit settings, increased fertility, and reduces flower abortion. Qualifit 19, water-soluble fertilizer which supports all in stages in plants development. Talking of multi-K is water-soluble knock fertilizer for quality crops. Haifa Bonus is also water-soluble NPK fertilizer for quality crops. They are good for crops such as vegetables, cocoa, citrus, cereals, grains, cocoa, etc. Talking of herbicides, we have the Army 2,4-D, Arrow, Brazil, Glyphosate, etc. This knocks out stubborn broadleaf weeds, reduces weed competition, and improves crops such as rice, maize, millet, etc. They also protect the crops. Talking about their fungicides, they have Victory and Vega for control of soil diseases among tomatoes and other vegetables. Orthodotop, now Azoxy Plus, also good for controlling diseases in vegetables. Shori for disease control in vegetable and others. They also do open vented greenhouse and others. We also have the seeds like pepper VS1414F1, tomatoes VST1001 F1, okra Kijani, and sweet pepper Kengele F1. For enquiries and bulk purchases, contact 0577 679780 or 0531 029 942. Available in all agrochemical shops nationwide. This and Gulf Ghana Limited, the farmer's friend.
When your car's ignition begins to sound like this, Toyota Auto Express Service Center can fix it with a smile. From diagnostic checks to general servicing, body and paint works, ties and car wash, we are ready for you. As an authorized Toyota Service Center in Bogatanga, we have genuine spare parts available for you. Call us now on 0559 179 655 or 0535 517 784 or 0535 504 394. We are ready for your call. You can locate Toyota Auto Express Service Center in Bogatanga at Pusunamo along the Bogatanga-Tamale Highway. We open from Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Toyota Auto Express Service Center, keeping you safely on the road.
Charlie, I'm nice. I get some serious meeting. Allah, motion. But Charlie, no credit today. Oh, but you relax. Momo day.
Hey, what funny.
Yes, so I borrow small, sort myself out, I pay back. We move. Sport day. Ah, Charlie, you sure say you they pay back? Yes, so that anytime somebody else they need them, Momo day. Be like I for can't borrow some more. Hey, you this boy. Don't go there and disgrace yourself. Allah, motion.
Responsible borrowing be the real flexo for today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. Borrow, sort them, pay back. Momo day.
When the bills are mega.
When the plans are mega.
When the pressure is mega. When the need is mega.
Then you need a mega answer. That answer is Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loan. Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loans promo is available to new and existing salaried workers, existing loan subscribers, including top-up customers and pensioners. Get support for personal needs, family priorities, school fees, home improvement, business support, and more. Enjoy big loans, low rates with a quick and straightforward process designed to help you move without delay. Visit any Societe Generale Ghana branch today or call 030-2214-314. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Mami mini de tu madini na ye. Timusumi di muwaji di debe ye. Ana bibi wa into me ya. Menteda, muwida. Mami mini de tu madini na ye. Timusumi di muwaji di debe. Ana bibi wa into me ya. Na bibi ya. Dada kukompo so. Na sanimedi ne chila obi ni muna trya. Wadi biya de ya no. I'm nipa bomwenda wosaso mojo no wa awu mamunchado mamintu we know that's so fast so much bottom opono mata fweni magens fu muna wa fel ebe trasta kwe minchilo Shabens di minchi promotion di minchilo Masumi ye biya bepe
Trust a minchil. Ah, Shaben si minchil. Eh, promotion minchil. Aya, oh, ya kufri na ko. Mesa me pilu na fo. Je ya kaminku. Mami mi ne tu madina eh. Timsu mi di mu di de be. Ala bibi wa wa entu mi ya. Menteda, uwida. Mami mi ne tu madina eh. Timsu mi di mu di de be. Ala kulbi wa wa entu mi ya. Na pilpile ya.
Inti dene so cheme nyanko ponke sie ne nsa no otam ne boa woto oka wo ye wontie ne pa no papa kai wo ma minim se wanye bibi kura no na nye die medie inti me bompa ya minim se nka no engina wo so inti me da me jibudi papa ni wati wiase mu a wo bra ne one nyame ayaka o kristo ni be bre kakra so dako na fa wo ko hye wo ho akonfu mu dwin so wu ya na asa nyame me da so me da wo e mama tanfo sere me ni wo nya bibi ka ho efiefo abefo yere me wo namfofo be sa ho e den no mo was saying me emra me kwa ho chie mo pa no wona butwitwa game nim nya butumi ye wo sanso de boneche wo ye manege fe wo de mi shira kese na te e to de bia me bre me sori na pa na se me dwen yankora de bedia me se papa bra wache me bia se ni das one wa ma this way the does so mean to men so a yo mo so ma me nyina mo boa me jibuti ma pe mumbu ya kra me kama fo ne wa
Mami mi ne tu madina eh. Timsu mi di mu di de be. Ala bibi wa entu mi ya. Menteda, uwida. Mami mi ne tu madina eh. Timsu mi di mu di de be. Ala kulbi wa entu mi ya. Na pilpile ya.
Quick action. Mad time. Mama, oh, mama, mama, oh, mama. Okay. Why? Mama, oh, mama, it's gone. Wake up in the morning, man, what is your aim? Give thanks and pray to your holy name. Wake up in the morning, man, what is your aim? Give thanks and pray to your holy name. Give thanks and pray to your holy name. Oh, mama, give thanks and pray to your holy name. King of Kings. One left back. Brimstone and fire. My time, time me and may it fall on fire. Wake up in the morning, Rasta one feel know your aim. Nothing in this world will give you a fame. Try to sit down and try to praise your holy name. Rasta, when you get up, you will get all the rain. So give thanks and praise to your holy name. Give thanks and praise to your holy name. Mama, oh, mama, mama, oh, mama, 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 oh, mama, what is it? Wake up in the morning, man, what is your aim? Give thanks and pray to your holy name. Wake up in the morning, man, what is your aim? Give thanks and pray to your holy name. Give thanks and pray to your holy name. Oh, mama, give thanks and pray to your holy name. Cause I want them around half the part. In a holy name, Rasta to stand God. Big and big like the big China wall. Small be small in the eyes of the Lord. Black man unity, Babylon wanted to fall. Brethren, find the Bible, I stick find your word. Give thanks and praise to your holy name. Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise to your holy name of the Lord.
This message is brought to you by the friends and partners of Kakwabaden and by Margins ID Group. Margins ID Group, built for trust, engineered for the future. Welcome to Air Power with Kakwabaden, teaching the nations with signs and wonders. Why live in darkness when the light of God's word has solutions? Kakwa is a teacher of the word who also ministers with miracles and the prophetic. And now, today's message. Welcome to today's broadcast. Kakwa has been sharing an insightful series titled How to Be Smart. Today he reveals the power of practical wisdom and the importance of building strong relationships, networks, in life. Let's join in.
How to be street smart. Jesus told us that Christians must have practical wisdom. In Luke 16, he told a story about, they call it the unjust steward. This man was working for somebody and he had lent some of the things, oil, to some people who didn't pay, and also wheat, 100 measures of oil, 100 measures of wheat. But what he did was that he decided to give them a discount. When he gave them the discount, the people paid. So he gave the money to his master. And in doing that, he also found favor in the eyes of the people. He said, even if they sack me, those who have helped and given the discount, they will also help me. And in Luke 16:8, Jesus gave a comment. He says, and the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. Is the word phronesis, practical wisdom. Then Jesus said, the children of this world are in their generation. This generation means in a period of time, wiser than the children of light. Then he said, if you look at life, you will see that unbelievers have more phronesis, practical wisdom, than believers. And he called the believers the children of light. So Jesus was saying that, listen, we shouldn't just have intellectual wisdom or spiritual wisdom, but we must be street smart. Wisdom for the streets. You know how to buy land. When somebody wants to steal from you, you can tell. When somebody is deceiving you, you can tell. You know how to negotiate. You know how to use money. You know how to read the situation. When you are in the streets, nobody can deceive you. That's what we are talking about. So how can we be street smart? I explained that the whole book of Ecclesiastes is wisdom for the streets. It's for real life. Practical living on the earth. That is the theme of the book. So you find in the book this statement, under the sun. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 3, he said, what profit has a man in all his labor which he taketh under the sun? So even it begins with that what do we gain from all that we do under this earth, under the sun? It doesn't mention heaven. It doesn't even mention God. It doesn't mention angels. It just talks about life on the streets. So this is a book that God gave to us to improve our phronesis, which is street smart. So that word under the sun, it occurs 27 times in the whole book. So phronesis, or being street smart. Today I want to go to one of the things that we must do is street smart. And I want to talk about the power of a network. Just like the power of a network. The power of a network. Now, what is a network? When we say a network means different things. In computers, it means different things. When I say a network, I am talking about relationships that you have with other people. It's a relationship with other people. And number two, I'm talking about through those relationships, you share information. So for example, if you're a student, you need to have a network in the school because there are students in your class who have past questions, who know some information, who know some of the lecturers, who know some things that have not been taught but are important. It's information. And if you don't interact with them, you will see that you are failing your exams, but you don't understand why. You are failing because you you don't have relationship with people who are giving you information. So number 3, it's sharing resources. People that you know that you share resources. So number 1, I told you, is having relationships with people. That is, you know them. Number 2, I said sharing information. And number 3 is sharing resources. The word resources also means sources of supply. So the supply of anything. Recently, I wanted to do something in another country. And I knew some people in that country. So I called them. When I called them, they said their resources with me. Everything that they know, everything that they can do, they put it at my disposal. So I was able to do it. So when I talk about a network, talking about building relationships. Number 1, these relationships. Number 2, sharing information. Number 3, this relationship, we are sharing resources, whether spiritual, physical, whatever, we are sharing things within that. And it's very important. And Ecclesiastes talks about a network. So Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 8, let's read. It says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. Normally we read this thing in relation to marriage, but it's not talking about marriage. Just saying about relationship with other people. As long as it's more than you, there is another person. Even if it's just 2, it says it's better. If it is 3, you're even going higher. Then verse 10, it says, for if they fall, he will lift up his fellow. Woe to him that falleth when he has not another help him out. Then it says that even when you fall, if you have a network that related to other people, it will help you to stand. Next verse, again, if 2 lie together, they have heat. How can one be warm alone? Next one is comfort. It says, assuming you are happy. It says that, look, need other people to support you. And finally, in verse 12, it says, if one shall prevail against him, 2 will withstand him. It said, a threefold is not easily broken. So I told you, I'm talking about street smart. So here, Solomon tells us that if you are going to be street smart, you must know the importance of having network relationships. And number 1, he said, it will make you very productive. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. So let's look at the benefits of a network. So number 1 is productivity. Tell me productivity. You see, when you know people, when you are doing something, it helps you to be productive. In other words, you produce